Mike DJ Access here. Welcome to my channel where we aim to build a better DJ community together. Today I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite setups of all time, the Rane 72 plus the Rane 12s. If you don't know how I do these review breakdowns, make sure you check the link in the description below where I break down my scoring system, the features I'm looking for, and all of that. Like and subscribe for more. Comment below which system you'd like me to review next. And I am a part of the DJ Gearhead Influencer Program. So they don't send me things for free, but they do give me a nice discount. They'll give you a nice discount as well. And you can go to my page to learn more about the products that you are purchasing. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, first thing I'm going to talk about are the looks of the unit. And I know this is going to be subjective to everybody. Everyone's going to have their own opinion on what's good. I'm going to be as objective as possible. So what does that mean? There's a few setups that I think are going to get a 5 out of 5 here. One is going to be turntables and a battle style mixer. It's iconic, it's vintage, it looks great in photos, everyone loves them. The next one is going to be the CDJ 3000 Pioneer Nexus setup. It's what you see on every big stage when you're looking at the EDM shows, you know, any big DJ, they're probably using that system. It's very recognizable, it looks great. That's the other one. And then the third system that's going to get that 5 out of 5 are the Rane 12s and Rane 72. It just takes that turntable big platter setup and then brings it into the modern area. I think it's maybe the most beautiful setup according to me, but it is going to get a 5 out of 5 for looks. Build quality, it's also going to get a 5 out of 5. These things are tanks. They're known for being tanks. I'm still rocking the Mark 1s. I've had 2 pairs of these. As long as you get a good case for them, they will last you forever. They feel just as good as turntables, maybe even better if you're asking someone like me. But these, you know, Rane's known for building tanks, and these are no different. So 5 out of 5 for build quality. As far as the essential DJ features, now I talk about in the video beforehand, you can swap these out. I have them in order of what I think is most important, but let's get into it. Needs to have RCA and XLR main outputs. Not only does this have XLR and RCA main outputs, but you also get a dedicated volume control on that RCA output. So you get a volume control for the XLRs, the RCAs, and the booth, which is 1/4 inch, which is the next essential feature. So we have XLR and RCA mains, check. 1/4 inch booth, check. And then 2 combo mic inputs. They do have those. 8 hot cues for each side. We got that, no problem. Pitch bend. This is one of the things, I don't think I'm going to give it a point. So on the mixer, if you hit transport twice, you do get pitch bend controls. I would like to see that on the decks. I think I am going to give them the points because it is a feature on the mixer, but I will put like a little asterisk there where I would like to have that on the deck so I don't have to do a double tap and then do pitch bend. I want to be able to do pitch bend fast. I am going to give them the points though. Loop control, yes, through the auto loop pads, you can hit auto loop and boom, you have access to all of your loops. Again, that's something I love to have on the decks. It's on the mixer here behind a 1-button press. That's not too bad. Beat jump controls. I believe those are a part of the, actually no, I think you can remap something to beat jump, but I don't think this has beat jump as a standard feature. So that's going to be our first one where we're going to be docking 3 points from that 100 score. Filters, we got those here. High pass, low pass. Reverb, yes, you have those through the paddles. Echo, same thing. Stems, I remap my slicer to stems. You can do that within Serato in the settings. So we do have stem control. It is behind a 1 button. There are new things that are coming out where it's on the deck, but behind 1 button isn't too bad. We're not going to dock the points for that. Sync and key sync. Sync is tied behind the transport, kind of the same place that the pitch bend controls are. That is something that you probably want to get to pretty quickly, but it is on the mixer, so we're going to give them the points for that. Key sync, I don't believe is behind the transport control. I'm going to do a double check and I'll add it in at the end, whether it is or not, but I don't believe key sync is behind that transport control. However, sync is. Sensor, again, I don't think that's on the mixer, so it's going to get docked 3 points for that. IEC power, Rane stuff almost always has IEC power, and we have that. That's going to be the most common type of power cable for DJ equipment across the board. If you've been a DJ for a long long time. You probably have a million of them in your closet somewhere, or you have boxes of them, and that is a good thing, because if the cable breaks, it actually gets run over or cut or something like that, you have a backup ready to go. Sometimes within the lesser build quality controllers, they'll have kind of their own power cable, so if you lose that one, it's very difficult to get a new one, which means you have to buy a second one instead of just having this case of IC cables that work for everything: speakers, decks, mixers, pretty much everything. Anyway, IC power, it's got that, gets the points. Stop time and brake adjust. I don't think this has a brake adjust feature readily accessible, so normally I'm looking for a little knob that I can do stop time. I know it's in the mixer somewhere, but it's not readily accessible, so I'm actually going to take the points away for that. I want my stop time to be something I can grab. Obviously you have the motor, you have the start stop. I think you can do it within Serato, but that's something that I like to be able to adjust on the fly, so I'm going to take the points for the stop time. Brake adjust, downbeat marker. I believe that's something you can put inside the transport, but again, that's something I want to get to pretty quickly without having to remove my cues. In fact, I want to be using both, right? I want to jump the first cue point, hit the downbeat, hit the cue point, and then keep moving. So I'm actually going to dock the points for that as well. Auxiliary in, it does have an auxiliary in, which I think is great. You see my Akai pads over here, I can just run an RCA in and I don't have to touch anything. There's no extra knobs, extra faders. I just turn this up and now I have my pads, my bongos, my piano, drums, all ready to go with the aux in. So that's all of the essentials. I'm going to calculate up and see where we are at right now. Okay, so I tallied up all the scores. I made a slight adjustment to my scoring system because I want to be able to do half points. So instead of each essential feature being worth 3 points, I'm going to make it worth 4. And the reason is because in order to get to the beat jump controls, you have to lose half of your loop controls. So it's there, but it kind of messes up with one of the other features. So I'm going to give it 2 out of 4 points for the beat jump controls. I docked 4 points for key sync, docked 4 points for not having a very accessible sensor, docked 4 points for not having a downbeat marker. I'm sure you could MIDI map something if there's a button you don't use, but honestly, this mixer, you kind of use all the buttons. For the bonus features, I also made these worth 2 points each instead of 1 point each, and I gave it 2 points for having a sampler level. I love that. I don't think it's essential, but I think it's really nice to have that. And then there's an echo out, like a 1-button echo out within the pads, and I love that. That is something that I do use. And then honorable mention, the XY effects. I don't use that, but it's there. Maybe if you really want XY effects, they're there for you. I didn't give it any points for that. And then also pitch play. Again, this is something that I don't use. A lot of DJs I know don't use it, and it's really just for the people who tone play is their thing. If I'm going to use pitch play, I'm going to make pitch play, record it, and then now it's just hot cues for the next time I want to use it. So you can see up in the top here, looks 5 out of 5, build quality 5 out of 5, minus 14 for essential features, a bonus of plus 4 for those 2 bonus features I mentioned, for a total score of 90 out of 100 is what we are getting for the Rane 72 and the Rane 12s. And honestly, I think that's pretty close. I would give this a 9 out of 10, just kind of thinking. So it seems like the system's working. I'm going to do a few more reviews. Make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss those. And I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to check out the DJ Gearhead link. And thank you for checking out the video. Peace.